Welcome back, everyone. This is the FloTrack podcast. It's a Friday show. I'm Kevin. He is Gordon. Like and subscribe to the FloTrack podcast YouTube page. We got the members pod coming today. We're recording right after the pod. You'll post it this
weekend.
Yeah, so if you're not a member, become a member. We're going to be talking about the events that change the most during indoor season. Breaking that all down.
I'm excited for that podcast. I'm also excited for people to like and subscribe because we need to get to 20,000 YouTube subscribers by NCAA Outdoors, or else we're firing Kevin.
Yeah, that's it. I'll be gone. One day, just imagine only half of this shot. Do you want to live in a world with just Gordon?
How many? We have like 18 something,
18.4 according to this.
So we got 1,600 subscribers. It's a mile.
Yep.
1 subscriber per meter. We got to just run the mile, and we're there.
Yeah. All right, so we got
a
busy show.
Yeah, well, before we talk about the show.
Yeah, go ahead. I got a text anyway.
Go ahead. On Friday mornings, the garbage comes to my house and picks it up, and I keep on forgetting that Friday morning is garbage pickup. And so I'm in a predicament.
Okay.
I have too much garbage at my house, and I keep forgetting to put it out for them to pick it up, and it's accumulating, and I don't know how I'm going to make it this next week without an empty garbage bin. What should I do?
You can go to, I think it's HEB, and get tags, and you put the tags on just regular garbage bags, and then the trash guys will pick all of it up.
No, but they don't come for another week.
Yeah, so put it on your curb now. Put your big bin on your curb now so you don't forget, and just shut it.
But I keep forgetting.
This is what I'm saying. Do it now so you don't forget, and then tag all the other stuff and put it out there the day before.
I can't. My garbage is not taggable. It's all mess.
Yeah, get a bag and put it in the bag. This is not something someone your age should be.
Are there public landfills in Austin?
Oh, that's way too much work for Gordon. He's not going to drive over there and put trash in the back of his Honda. Was it a Honda?
CRV.
CRV. CRV.
2019 CRV.
All right, yeah. So member pod coming this weekend. Check it out. We got Abby Steiner coming up on this pod at 1:10 approximately Central Time, building the momentum for all of our guests that we're going to have this year. Colt is producing today, so he wasn't here for our first guest, and maybe Colt doesn't know about our big guest initiative.
Yes.
Colt, this is a new world, man.
We're doing guests now. This is a guest podcast.
This is the first time I'm hearing of it.
Is that okay with you?
Oh, boy.
Are you okay with that?
Sure, yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm down for whatever. Yeah, I'm down for whatever.
You missed it. Last episode when we had a guest, Gordon used the words lyrical rhymes unironically.
That's not unironic.
And that's not something you're probably going to get in regular Gordon podcast mode. That's something you only get in interview Gordon podcast mode.
I still don't see the failure in that sentence. I don't know.
It was great, Colt. You should have been there, but no. All right.
Abby Steiner.
110. Yeah, 110. We're going to do 800 meter rankings as well. The 100 meter rankings were a hit. Everybody loved them. So we thought, hey, let's run it back in the 800. We're also going to talk about Paul Chelimo leaving Nike and producing what some are saying the most epic brand re-signing hype video ever. Are people saying that?
I think some people are saying
We're the people.
We're saying it. 2 people are saying it.
Yeah.
Who have a podcast.
It's us.
That's us.
It's me. It's you. We're here. Real quick, though, before we get in it, and we're talking about World Athletics rulings, of course, because that's the big story in the running world. Best meets this weekend, just real quick, because we're not going to do a big preview of what's coming this weekend, because it's not as deep as next weekend. It really hasn't gotten going fully yet.
Yeah, there are some notable college meets, like Florida State relays. Miami's having a meet.
Raleigh relays.
I wanted you say. I didn't know how to say that word. So Raleigh relays is happening. So there's some good distance stuff happening at Raleigh relays, but really, it's not that interesting. It's still kind of like a dead weekend. It's better than last weekend, which was the most uneventful weekend of track and field, as we did on the podcast on Monday. This weekend won't be as that interesting. We don't even have any live events on FloTrack. It's kind of like it. But next weekend is big. You got the Stanford invite.
Right.
You got Texas relays. Yep. It's going to be a lot of good sprint action happening in Austin, Texas. Good distance action happening in California. The Stanford invite entries came out earlier this week. We'll probably break down a lot of that stuff next week. But we're still in hibernation phase. We get a little bit of action, but we'll get a little bit of tease. But the real stuff comes end of March when basically outdoor season officially starts. Outdoor season still hasn't started. We're still in year 0. Like
week 0.
Week 0, like the NFL, the college football week 0 when everyone plays Hawaii and doesn't count.
Everybody. Hawaii is really busy that weekend.
Yeah, Hawaii is really big at playing college football on week 0.
Yeah. Well, they play everybody.
Because they
get extremely tired at the end of that week.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, there's the random Thursday game.
Yeah.
And you're like, am I excited about Wisconsin versus Akron or not? Or am I just going to wait?
Or I'm just desperate for football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this case, people are desperate for outdoor track. All right, let's talk about these World Athletics rulings. There was a meeting, and the council made some very key decisions that are going to impact the sport for years to come, really. Break it down into 2 groups here, and there's probably 4 rulings total, but there's 2 that kind of fit in with each group here. So we'll talk first about the transgender and DSD regulations. They have updated the eligibility requirements. So first off, in regards to transgender athletes, I'll just read the quote here. The council has agreed to exclude male to female transgender athletes who have been through male puberty from female world rankings competitions from March 31st, 2023. Now, obviously that was the bit of information, the bit of news that the general public, the sports world at large, focused on the most, given the debates in swimming and all the sports and just as debates that is going on in society at large. But in terms of track and field, professional track and field, I should say, the updates on DSD were really important. And the DSD updates are as follows. There used to be restrictions just from 400 to the mile. So if you are a DSD athlete who wanted to compete, it was basically 100, 200, or you had to go all the way up 5K and beyond for championship races.
Steeple.
We also saw, we saw some steeples too. That's correct. We saw some 2,000s, some 3,000s, but in terms of championship events, steep 3,000 meters and up. So now there is no group of events. It's all of the events. Also, the amount of testosterone that's allowed to be in the athlete system has dropped. It's 24 months out instead of 6 months. So there won't be any of these athletes, we assume, in this year's World Championships. And it's going to be a much longer process for those athletes who were competing to be able to compete in events that are eligible for world rankings, which is just a way of saying, basically, you can't compete in World Championships or Olympics.
Yeah,
right?
They basically are. All the DSD athletes left the 4th through the mile and went faster or shorter distance or longer distance. Now they're saying none of those athletes are going to be eligible for any distance. And first of all, when they first made the ruling of the DSD athletes, when they're like, hey, it only affects 400 to mile, it's like, you just are trying to target Caster Semenya because that's what she's good at. Mm-hmm. So this
literally, because she had done a 400 before and run the 1,500 in a World Championship.
It was very obvious. So this at least makes a little more sense, practicality. If you're going to make a ruling, you don't make a ruling centered around one athlete. You make a ruling centered around the sport. So at least they're recognizing that. But the reality is this is going to affect mainly 2 notable athletes, Christine Mboma and
Francine Niyonsaba.
Mboma in the 200, Niyonsaba in the 5 and 10. Both are medal contenders. Both are gold medal contenders. And their basically careers, just like that, basically over.
Drastically changed. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is, and you feel for those athletes because they did nothing wrong. They were competing within the rules, and there's been a bunch of adjustment in the rules. For a while, it was, okay, you're free to compete. Then it was, if you want to compete, you need to take the medication, which Semenya and other athletes have spoken out about. And then it was, okay, you can compete, but it needs to be in these set of events that supposedly are immune from restrictions. So it's just been one thing after the next, and to gear your whole life around being a professional athlete and then finding out, okay, things have changed dramatically. And now I don't know if this has been in the works for a while and people have found out. I know there's been some rumblings of, they're going to tighten the restrictions, and they're more likely to tighten the restrictions than to loosen the restrictions. And all of their successes accelerated this process, right? Like, and that's the irony, and for them, the cruel irony of it is if they weren't so successful, then this decision never would have come about. They would have
if
said,
they're
okay,
finishing 8th or 12th or 5th, no one's going to say anything. But when Castor did her thing where she was winning, it became an issue. It is interesting. I mentioned this before, but like Castor's time, she was not running 148 800s. She was running times that now 2 women run. She was running 155 and 154. You know who can run 155, 154? Kelly Hoskinson and Athing Mo. Like, so and Christina Boma, she was getting beat by Elaine Thompson-Herah. And Nian Samba, you know, Safana San can beat Nian Samba, and Faith Kipyegon could probably beat Nian. Like, there's different women who could beat Nian Samba. So it is a little, I have a little bit of a hard to wrap my head around it, because these women, while they were good and they were winning or medaling, they weren't unbeatable. Like, there are women who can beat these DSD athletes. So the competitive advantage, while they probably do have a competitive advantage because of elevated testosterone, it wasn't elevated so much where they were literally in a different category of, like, you wouldn't expect Athing Mo to race a 148 runner and beat that person. But that's not what was happening. So it is frustrating. It is, I disagree with it. I think they should let the DSD athletes run. And I think DSD is an issue if those DSD athletes are running ridiculous, like breaking world records by multiple seconds or multiple tenths of a second. But they weren't doing that. And so
with Semenya, you go back to when she came on the scene in Berlin World Championships, and she's been under the microscope like ever since then. And again, I feel for her on like a human level, on like a personal level of having to go through all that and the ups and downs. And she just ran World Cross, that relay. Do you remember? Because it was 4x2K.
Yeah.
And because it was 2 kilometers, she was allowed to compete. But it totally altered, basically halted her career. And I think this decision is going to have a similar impact on these other athletes. We don't know what choices, they're going to make moving forward with their medical care and anything like that. So, are they going to take medication or not? But you have to at least have some sort of empathy for them. Do you want to talk about the Russia decision now?
Yeah. Is there anything else? I mean, what else are we? I can't. Our takes aren't really going to change the ruling, right? It is what it is. The transgender ruling doesn't really have a big impact on world athletics because there are no transgender athletes who are running at an elite level at the international scene. So it's a ruling that affects individuals that don't exist yet in the international elite level because no one is competing at that level. But it's a ruling that I guess would affect a potential athlete 2 years, 1 year, 10 years from now.
They're following what swimming has done. International Swimming, FINA, the governing body of swimming. I thought this quote was interesting in the World Athletics release. It became apparent that there was little support within the sport for the option that was first presented to stakeholders, which required transgender athletes to maintain their testosterone levels below 2.5 nanomoles per liter for 24 months to be eligible to compete internationally in the female category. That right there is them saying, okay, well, we floated this out there, and the stakeholders, which you don't know, no one's name's attached to stakeholders, they didn't like it, so we went in this direction. I always thought even when that proposal was floated that they would end up where they are now. I think once swimming made their ruling, I thought it was because you listen to Seb Coe's comments, it's pretty obvious the direction with which he was going in regards to this issue. And also, when you're making all these comments as it pertains to DSD athletes, well, then you got to assume, all right, well, then what's the policy going to be to transgender athletes? It's going to be something tighter, right? Yeah. It's going to be more restrictive. It's not going to be the same or less restrictive. But you want to go to Russia now?
So, no, I don't want to go to Russia.
So Russia,
we getting plane tickets?
No. Their 7-year ban lifted.
Wow.
For doping.
I feel like we've been talking about that story for 7 years. It's like, hey, they're in, they're out. Banned from the Olympics, neutralized athletes.
So, but they're still banned. because of the war in
So
Ukraine.
they lift the ban and then reban them?
Yes, it's hey,
It's you're in, and now you're back out.
Now you're out, in and out. Russia and Belarus.
What was the moment when the ban was lifted but not reinstated? Like there was it like for like a weekend where like all the Russians?
No, I mean it was the same statement.
So they lifted it and closed it, but there had been like I guess within the time of saying the sentence, they probably were unbanned for like a millisecond.
Well, they put them back to back on this press release. I didn't watch the full Sebco press conference, so I don't know.
There could have been 10 minutes where they were unbanned for.
But he could have led with the other one and said, "Hey,
okay,
you're banned because of this, but you're unbanned because of that." They still are basically on probation for now. This is regarding the doping, not the war. They're on probation essentially for 3 years. Now I don't know if that probation starts now because they can't compete internationally. I'm assuming it does, and so there's going to be extra monitoring, extra auditing, extra tests. Also said they still need to pay World Athletics back some money. But there was a list of things that they had to
get that money.
Well, they got all the money up to January, but now they need to literally invoice them from January to March. So there's an outstanding bill that needs to be addressed. But they're looking at organizational good governance, protection from inappropriate external influence, and control operational capability and capacity, and and budget allocation, fiscal management. So they're still looking at. There's still gonna be a lot of eyes on them. But the whole ANA era is over for authorized neutral athletes. But because of the war, because of track and some other sports as well, banning Russian and Belarusian athletes, they're going to be not competing in international competitions. But they're going to revisit that, obviously, because as global events change, the policy will change.
Man, imagine like being in your prime as a Russian athlete and just being like
these two things, yeah.
Just when the doping was over, and I got a war. What's next? So, I mean, I don't really care about all the whole like administrative, like can't host and payments and all that. I just think about if you're just happen to be born in a geographic location and you are really talented athletically, the world is not allowed to embrace your athletic abilities because of things that have nothing to do with you. It just has to do with the geography of where you were born.
Yeah.
It just kind of sucks.
Yeah, and the fact that you wish there was a way, and maybe there.
Are you saying create another world champion, unauthorized world championships where we let everyone in?
No, but if you're not competing under the Russian flag, are you still good to compete?
So if you do a transfer of allegiance?
No, I'm saying could they compete at the Diamond League?
Just in a blank kit?
I mean, it says athletes who are citizens of Russia be excluded from World Athletics Series events. So that's no, I guess, right? Because Diamond League is.
But how did they? What athletes? What?
Oh, council recommends the meet organizers of the Diamond League, Continental Tour, label races, and the various other tours that they take the same approach and exclude athletes and officials. Okay, so they're recommending it. I guess that doesn't mean they have any ability to do it.
How did it?
I think if they, so there's a window there for them to keep competing. Because I get it. It's one thing is you're competing in the national jersey and you're competing and representing your country. The other thing is you're just independent high jumper or long jumper or triple jumper. You're going to a pro meet in London and you want to be able to compete. Those are two different things. So I understand why they would need two different policies. So maybe we'll see some of them in events. But if they're saying, if World Athletics is going to you and say, hey, we strongly recommend not to do this,
they're not going to do it.
They're probably not going to do that.
Man, what a podcast so far.
Good so far?
Yeah. Are you reading the comments?
I said I wasn't going to read the comments until we get to the 800 meter rankings. And now we're at the 800 meter rankings.
Did you read any comments?
There's some people disagree with you.
I know.
Yeah, but that's okay.
I don't care.
That's okay. Go ahead and care.
I didn't even read them.
He embraces healthy dissent.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Let's throw up those 800 meter rankings, shall we?
This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
This is what it's all right. So
20 minutes from the Abby Steiner interview. Time for some 800 meter rankings.
I mean, I think we're going to ask Abby what she can run in 800 in.
Yeah.
What do you think she could run in? What do you think she will say?
I don't know.
I think she will say she can run a 2:03.
Well, that's really fast. That's serious range.
No, 2:04.
2:04?
No, I think she can run 2:03.
All right.
What do you think she'll say? Oh, she might be
I don't
like
think
she
she'll
might
know.
be
She runs
she might be like,
100.
oh, I'll run 220.
She runs 100.
I know, but I just want to.
Yeah, I don't think she. Let's focus on these rankings.
Okay, we'll focus
right
on
now.
these rankings. All right.
We'll do a Gordon questions ranking later. Men's 8. Hey, this is hard, folks.
This was a hard ranking to create.
You want me to run through it?
The top 2 are easy.
So you have Emmanuel Career, obviously, world champion. He is the undisputed #1 man in the world. We have enough evidence, even in an era of parity. Emmanuel Career is #1.
Correct.
A-Rob, 2nd in the Diamond League final, 3rd at World Championships. He's #2. Jake Whiteman. Now some of you are saying, hey, he's a 1,500 meter guy, but he actually ran a lot of elite 800s last year, and all of them were good. So I included him. We don't always include people who dabble in another event, but we included Jake Whiteman because you never know. He might run the 800. Who knows? He was 3rd in the Diamond League. He won Brussels. He got 2nd at Euros. Wycliffe Kinyamal, Commonwealth Games champ. He's been around, consistent guy. Then Sajadi of Algeria came out of nowhere, got silver at the World Championships. Then we go to another Emmanuel,
Wenyoni.
#6. Yeah, young guy, 4th at Worlds. And also, it's the first time in history of the 800 rankings, Gordon, that I've used someone's performance at the World Cross Country Championships to influence the ranking. He was in the 4x2K relay. He looks really good. He's got range. Put him on a cross country course over 2,000 meters. He can hold us
That
up.
might come into play in the 800 down the line.
Strength. Mula, your guy, #7.
I wanted him to be higher.
You
but
lost a lot of money on Mula.
I did.
In Eugene, 5th at Worlds,
I mean,
another guy.
I'm going to double it back all down on 2023.
Yeah, and even with these guys, you have a lot of I'll call them roller coaster guys. Oh, they win a Diamond League race, and then they get 9th.
Yeah.
And then they run 145.
I mean, that's all of the guys, though.
That's what I'm saying, except for Career. I put Career
Career's
up.
gotten 9th a couple times.
He has, but he's delivered all the time when it counts. So Garcia, right? Euro champ, up and down, though.
Yeah.
Right? He goes up, he goes down. That's European outdoor champ. Gabriel Toile, 6th at Worlds, 7th in the Diamond League. And then we put Bergen 10. Now, Bergen was considered the favorite by many going into World Championships and got hurt. But he has a fast time, and in this era, that's pretty rare. So not in the group there, we have Noah Cabet, who broke 145 indoors. Adrian Ben of Spain, who won Euro indoors. Peter Boll, Benjamin Robert.
And no American.
And I was going to say the American contingent isn't in there as well. But listen, if you want to say, hey, you guys are way off base on 6 through 10, I'll say absolutely, because the men's 800 is like the Western Conference in the NBA this year. There's a lot of people a game apart.
Yeah. So.
And you feel good about the one, but there's right behind them. There's a bunch of people.
Women, a little more interesting. It has a little bit of chaos after the top 2, I would say. But a thing, Mo, still #1, obviously. Keely Hodgkinson, #2. Do you think there's a chance? What is the difference between those two? Do you think?
I'm saving that for the bonus pod, Gordon.
Oh, okay.
That's one of my events that changed
during
the indoor season.
All right, you know what? Save it for the bonus pod.
Yeah.
Normally we save it for the pod, but now we're saving it for the bonus pod.
Exactly. Then there's going to be the double bonus pod.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
No,
we do talk about how we were doing a pre-pro on a Zoom call this morning. It's like, we should record this pre-pro because that's like the unauthorized pod.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been good for you.
Because that's when I say things that I can't say publicly.
Absolutely.
You like vet out like Gordon. All right, you're talking about topics.
So we're going to keep this, but
you
that.
can't say that anymore.
Yeah.
You got to stay away from that. And I'm like, okay.
Keep going.
So Mora 3, and then.
Well, Teji in 4.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my eyes are a little.
No, she was
weak.
4th at World Champs. Indoors, she ran the 3K twice. Ran 2 pretty good 3Ks.
Ghoul is 5th, who is like a decade older than most of these athletes. It's just kind of crazy because I remember her when she was in college.
Always in the mix, though.
Always in the mix. Mm-hmm. So we have her at 5th from Jamaica. And then Iargo Wilson of USA in 7th.
Nakai in 8th, Horvat in 9th, and then Raven Rogers in 10th. Yurigo, big mover indoors. She ran 158. Yes. She ran a lot indoors. And, hey, just like...
She's older, too. She's like 38.
Yeah, so I'm going to reward people who show up indoors.
She's 38.
And run fast times. Stop talking about people who are 38, man.
And she's ranked 6th in the world. What are you doing, Kevin?
Stop. 6th ranked.
Are you ranked 6th in anything?
Ajay Wilson, she ran some indoor races. But also, don't forget about USA's. Like, we're all going to focus on World Championships and where she finished there. But USA, she ran with a Thing Mo all the way to the line.
She might win USA's because the Thing Mo might be like, nah, I'm good.
I'll run the quarter. Nakai, she ran fast indoors. She's got world title. Horvat's been real consistent. And then I put Rogers in 10. Really, top 3 you feel good about, though. Because everybody refers to this as a big 3. I think Mora's going to make a jump up. I think all 3 of those women, too, could go up a level this year.
Mora's not going to crack the top 2.
She beat Hodgkinson last year. So she's literally already done that.
I thought Hodgkinson got second.
No, I'm saying Commonwealth Games.
Bro, we're not bringing up Commonwealth game results as like resume boosters.
Keely Hodgkinson did the triples. She did Worlds, she did Commonwealths, she did Europeans. It was great.
But you're really going to give Mary Mora credit for that win?
It's a win. A win is a win.
Yeah, but like, it's like giving credit to a, I don't know.
No, I'm gonna give credit. She ran 157 low. She's good, and I feel like she's still figuring out the event a little bit too.
Fair. She's newer to the event. That's true.
Because sometimes like she's going out aggressively. Like she's got a big kick at the end. Like I think once she gets more races under her belt, I think she could make a step up this year.
I don't know yet. I just think Keely and a Thing are just too much better than everyone else.
Maybe, but I feel good about those top 3, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think she's kind of in a no woman's land, just hanging out there in third. She's like the meme, the Will Smith meme, where she's standing with her hands in her pockets, being like, "Where is everybody?"
Yeah.
Where like the 2 fast runners are out there getting gold and silver.
I don't think it's
fourth place is doing her, and she's just chilling in third.
I don't think it's that as big of a gap as you think it is, as evidenced by the fact that she's literally beaten Hodgkinson. I think
at the Commonwealth Games,
it still counts. If it was a late season Diamond League, you'd count it. You shouldn't exclude it just because non-Commonwealth people weren't there. I think, again, this could be the order again this year, and they all could improve.
Yeah,
that's the reality of it because they're all still have room to grow.
If they do improve, though, how fast will third place be at Worlds? I think third place will run like 156. That's crazy.
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't it be?
It's wild. Imagine if I went in a time machine and went to 2014. I said third place is running 156. You'd be like, Gordon, you're crazy. I think fourth place will run 156.
I'm looking up Hodgkinson versus Mora.
Someone in the chat said Mora beat Keely 3 times last year.
Okay, so
yeah, but 2 of them are probably like one of them's probably a prelim.
3 and 3. No, 2022. Wait, yeah. And this is Stockholm.
Oh, yeah, we're showing like a Diamond League where she got 5th. Keely was like...
Diamond League final.
Keely didn't try.
That's a Diamond League final.
No, yeah.
I think...
There's an asterisk to everything.
Mora's there. I think maybe... It's hard to pick after indoor with Keely, she looks so consistent. It's hard to imagine her slipping off that. And Mora ran... Indoors, she ran 201, 2 flat, and 202. She got 4th, 2nd, and 8th, right? But if you look at her outdoor performances, she's pretty good. She's right there. So it's going to be a great event. It's very different than the men's 800. I'll say that.
I'm not feeling good about the men's 800, man. I'm starting to have the same thoughts I had the past 2 years, and I think I was a little like going into when the clock struck midnight in New Year's Eve.
You're willing to give it a fresh start?
I was like, you know what? Maybe this is going to be 800 meters a year. Like, it's 2023, turn the page. Now we're in March.
I was never as optimistic as you were.
I'm not feeling it.
The women's 800
Women's is going to be great. 100%.
Okay. Because, if they all go level up, you're right. Yeah, third place getting 150. Maybe third place gets 155. Why not?
154. Let's go. Let's keep going. Why not?
All right, one more story, and then we'll get to the Abby interview, assuming Gordon set everything up correctly.
Yeah, we'll see if she calls in 10 minutes.
I was responsible for the last one, guys. Gordon's responsible for this one. So all credit to me. I'll blame Gordon if it gets screwed up. What? Is that not true?
Just throw me on the bus.
No, is it not true?
Yes.
You get the credit, though.
Okay.
I'm always so nervous about the technology.
Yeah, because, they don't...
You're at the mercy of...
Wi-Fi.
Internet connections.
Laptops and shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Paul Chelimo left Nike, Gordon. Signed with a new sponsor, company many people had not heard of. I had not heard of them.
I had not either.
Kiprun. Kip Run, based in France. And
which you think would be, I sound like an African, like, because Kip Run sound like Kip Prop, Kipchoge. I had like Kip. Like Kip seems like a.
It does have Kip in the title. Yeah. But
Sorry.
All right.
I thought it was a Kenyan company.
We have the release video that they posted on Instagram. Yeah, Colt can pull that one up. And for those of you not watching, just check it out. It's on Chelimo's Instagram or on Kip Run's Instagram. It features Chelimo running through Africa with giraffes, basically.
4 or 5 giraffes. And when you first saw this, first of all, it's an awesome shot, the drone look and the slow-mo.
Yeah.
And you're like, did they really get Chelimo to run with giraffes?
Yeah.
Like, how many takes would this take? And how do they order these giraffes? It's like giraffes.com and like train the giraffes to run at Chelimo pace. Like, he's running like at least
solid tempo pace.
He's running like 13:40 pace, maybe.
No,
5K.
I don't know if he's going that fast.
No,
on the dirt.
He looked pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's definitely CGI. But they went all out. I mean, when you think of Paul Chelimo and like you want to tell people he's our guy, you're like, we're gonna throw him in Africa and throw out some giraffes. CGI. I mean, no one else is doing this.
No, I hadn't seen it. So here's my thought process. At first, I saw a screenshot and I thought, it don't look real. And then I also thought, who's paying all that money though to make it CGI? So maybe it is real. Maybe they went out to shoot and they just got really, really lucky. But then I watched the video.
Giraffes don't just chill, be like, "Oh, drone's coming, let's run."
But then I saw the video and I thought, okay, probably not real. However, the cinematography on this thing, just in general, that drone is moving. Like it's going fast, it's cutting, like it's a very dramatic. It looks like a movie. I give them high marks for it.
Yeah.
And if, sponsoring Paul Chelimo was going to get more people to know about their brand, I think it worked already. Because now you know them for 2 things. Paul Chelimo and the video that announced Paul Chelimo.
Also, Paul Chelimo did an interesting thing about when he leaving Nike. Did you just go to his Instagram? Bring up his Instagram page.
Colt, please? You say please? Just
please.
Colt's not just sitting there waiting for you.
The please is implied.
Bring up his
Colt?
Instagram.
The please is implied. Check us out. Look what he did. There's only one photo on his Instagram page.
Because all the other stuff had Nike on
show
it.
the whole profile.
Yeah, that's tough.
Colt, he deleted every single previous, like it was an ex-girlfriend type situation. He deleted all of the old photos of him wearing Nike stuff.
Okay.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's kind of wild?
Is that required?
I don't know, but it's like, we don't want any Nike on your profile, so now it's completely just one photo.
What about if you click on those buttons, like random and wins and family and all that stuff? Does that lead to anything or no? No, nothing.
I don't know.
They're all gone. Oh, wait, no, they're not. Oh, those are just stories?
Yeah, but but...
It's stories, yeah.
It's just stories and stuff.
Yeah, there's some stuff in there.
Yeah, but it is interesting. He literally... has a change sponsor ever been like delete your Instagram history? It's kind of wild.
Yeah, I don't know if they did. And maybe he was feeling that way. Maybe he's like, you know what? You've done an Instagram purge before, right?
Yeah, but I didn't care really, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
I did it for a different reason.
Okay. Well, that got awkward really quickly.
I mean, I don't really care. It's just a photo. I don't really care.
I didn't mean anything specific. I was just talking about like old video, like photos of like you in college. You're younger than me, not by much, but younger. So you had social media earlier. So the chance of you posting embarrassing stuff is higher. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you signed a different endorsement deal or something.
But I just thought it was interesting. Like, it is when, athletes do change endorsement deals, they also have to like deal with the past of all their shoes.
Yeah.
Like, he can never wear Nike. He has probably like 10,000 Nike shoes. And when people go from an Adidas school to a Nike school, or they train at a Nike school and then they sign a deal with Brooks, they're like, what am I do with all this gear?
You got to give it away, because if you wear it even to the park and someone takes a picture of you, or you're out on a run somewhere, not good. Not good for business. Can't do that. So you just got to give it away, I think.
Isn't that weird though? Because you'd think like, hey, what I wear in my private life shouldn't matter, but like they're gonna find
No,
you.
it's the whole thing. I mean,
They find you.
Yeah, they are sponsoring you. I think, and I don't know, family. Like, could you give it to a family member, or would they get mad about that too? It's like, here's my daughter wearing some of my
yeah, because
the
the daughter needs to wear Hoka or
stuff.
needs to wear Brooks or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it's like his YouTube page, I guess. Yeah. It's a interesting time. Sponsorship wise, a lot of like new companies coming in right now, and then you just have that cycle all the time. It's like they're investing a lot in, because we're obviously seeing a ton for On as well too.
There was a report somewhere that Chelimo was approached by On.
Yeah,
and Chelimo chose to go with Kipron.
Well, I'm guessing once you find out that contract's over, and your job is to sign athletes, you'd want to approach. Like, I'm sure he got people from all the major companies asking him, hey, are you interested, and can we talk? I mean, you'd be silly not to. He's still a big name guy. But this kind of makes sense too, because if he's the main entree into this market or this sort of this group, then you could pay him more money, presumably.
So I think he's running a half marathon soon.
Yeah, I saw that.
Do you think he's 100% going to the roads? Do you think there's still a little bit of
I don't know. I always see
track left in him?
Yeah, I don't know. I always see him as a track guy.
Well, yeah, because he is a track guy.
Yeah. But some guys, I think, that person, Mance.
Like a
perfect
Legat.
example.
Like how Legat was always a track guy. Even though he got older, he stayed track.
Yeah, and even still, I have Ben True, we always said, is he going to go to the marathon? I'll go to the marathon. But then now you think back on it, he's a track guy.
Track guy.
Track guy, yeah. Ben
Road
True,
guy, track guy.
Kid, always in the mix. Yeah, I don't know. I would be 5 and 10 are tough right now, though. That's
is Paul Chelimo a person who's going to be there with Connor Mance and Galen Rupp in the 2024 trials that we're not thinking about?
Yeah, I think he could. I don't know. You have to see it. We talked about this before, where half marathon doesn't predict marathon
means
success.
Absolutely nothing.
Right. So what does 5K to marathon mean?
That means a little more something.
Does it?
Yeah. Just a little more algorithms involved.
It's even farther away. I don't. Just guessing when people are going to go to what distance is really hard to figure out. All I'm saying is we feel good about, the 10K team looks pretty solid on the men's side. Wouldn't you say? If we did the U.S. 10K rankings right now, in some order, you'd have Fisher, Kincaid, and Klecker. Correct?
Yeah.
And you probably have the same in the 5K. So the question is, can he beat any one of those three?
I'm asking ChatGPT how fast Paul Chelimo can run a marathon.
Abby just signed on? All right. Well, we're working to get Abby Steiner connected while Gordon works on getting an answer from ChatGPT.
Oh, here we go.
All right, should be here.
I'll talk about after the pod.
All right.
Abby,
joining us now is Abby Steiner of Puma, multiple-time world championship medalist. Abby, thank you so much for coming on. How you doing?
I think she froze. Hold on.
I think she's frozen because I saw
frozen.
that her face was she's
okay. We're working.
Oh, is this my fault?
This is a Gordon issue. Gordon,
all right, I'm gonna tell
fix
her to
the
refresh.
tech. All right. While Gordon fixes the tech, I will read.
All right,
comments.
I think we got her back.
Okay,
Abby,
boom.
can you hear us?
Yes.
Hey,
Can
there
you guys
you
hear
go.
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. We got Abby. Abby.
Ignore the refresh, but you don't need to refresh. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You can ignore the text I just sent you. You're good. Oh, she refreshed.
Gordon. 0 for 2.
I'm 0 for
I'm
2
taking
on
no
this.
credit for that one.
That was my fault. She
this
saw
is tough.
That's. I said click refresh, and then she saw it. And is she back? She should be back soon.
This is not a good look for Gordon.
The audio listeners are like, "What's going on?" You can skip. Just hit.
No, keep going.
Plus 15 4 times. And
This
we'll
is
get to
the
interview.
anxiety that we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Of it. Just.
I'll let you know when she's back.
But yeah, ChatGPT says that Paul Chelimo can run a 2 hours and 28-minute marathon.
Great job.
I think he went a little faster.
Great job. I'm going to let you figure this out, Gordon, at this point. I think you're just get as many questions as you can really quickly, just in case it freezes again.
What did you tell her to do?
I'd say click
Who's
refresh. She just texted me logging back on.
All right. Well, she was 2 minutes early, So technically we said 110.
Yeah, so we're really only 40 seconds late right
Yeah,
now.
so your mistake is not as glaring
Yes.
until I brought it up.
No one is noticing this mistake at all.
No.
Mistake free.
This is live podcasting.
This is how the sausage gets made.
Yeah, not really.
Not
Usually
really.
we just keep going.
She says she's
All right,
logging
you're
back on. Is she
Abby,
back?
bringing you on now.
All right, let's bring her on.
Okay.
Hey, Abby. Can you hear us? Hello?
Gordon.
Can you hear us?
Gordon blew it. Gordon.
Hey, tell me.
Gordon, what's going on?
Is she there? Can you see us, Abby?
Hello.
Oh, man.
We
This
got
is...
you loud and clear. Can you hear us, Abby?
Yeah,
Oh.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we got you.
We got
It's
you.
working.
Yeah, it's working. Abby, welcome.
Okay,
Welcome to...
it's a little choppy. Should I try like logging onto my hotspot or something? I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi.
Maybe it's Wi-Fi. Can you hear us now, though? You good, or are we still a little choppy?
I also can't hear Gordon and Kevin.
Oh, you can't hear us?
That's a good thing if you can't hear Gordon.
I can't hear you.
Tell her to try the hotspot.
Yeah, I'll tell her-
yeah, let's tell her to try the hotspot. We'll try it again. Take 12 on this. That's the third time
All right, Abby. I'm taking you off the screen for now.
we're going through this. All right. Look at some chat.
Maybe this is
questions here.
Colt's fault.
It's
Oh.
not Colt's fault at all. No.
Okay.
This is 100%.
My fault.
You got to figure out the internet backup before we get on. So,
I texted her saying try the hotspot.
okay. Log out of every window. That's what I'd say.
Turn the
too.
computer on. Off
No,
and back on
don't
again.
do that. Just like close all the other programs and stuff.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
You think it's just you go on a link and you're on and you're live,
Yeah.
right?
If this doesn't work now at this point, it's one thing for it to like fail like,
This
before
isn't-
we go on, and then you're just like, I had some technical difficulties. The fact that she's been on twice now.
Here's the thing. Are you really going to blame me for
Yeah.
technical
Yeah,
difficulty?
yeah,
I don't design
You get all the credit, all the blame.
the infrastructure. I gave her a link to log on, and she's switching over now.
Okay. Colt, are you enjoying this, or does this give you anxiety, or are you laughing like me?
I don't think he's laughing.
I've been through the fire. This is nothing.
Okay.
She wrote, "Sorry, I think it's my Wi-Fi," crying emoji face.
Okay.
So it's not my. It's not. I don't pay her. Why? I'm not like in charge of the Wi-Fi. She
You're not
probably
in
has like
charge of
AT&T or something or
Yeah.
Verizon.
How about we
or
do
what-
this? When she comes on, let's just do a series of yes or no questions
Just
to
in case.
test the Wi-Fi and if it's good, so we don't need to wait long. It's like, hey, did you run indoors? Yes. Did you have fun? Yes. Did you watch NCAA indoors? Yes.
Okay.
You know, just a bunch of ones like that.
Okay.
Or really short answers to try to get some momentum.
Ask the chat for questions.
Yeah. If you got questions, would you really want to? What if the interview doesn't happen though?
Yeah. Well, then I'll just.
I mean, now we're down to 17 minutes too.
I'll text her the questions that you guys text, and then I'll recommunicate. We'll do an interview via me as a surrogate.
It's gonna be like when Adam Schefter read the Aaron Rodgers text
Yeah.
in the air.
It's gonna be like that.
Lose my number. Nice try. Yeah. Say it. So we'll start with Abby. Can you hear us? Okay, cool. You're on.
Were you like game planning this interview right now?
How does it feel? Well, I think we need some sort of plan. Colt's just laughing.
So Colt,
All right. Abby got you back.
we got her back.
Bringing you onto the screen now.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right,
It
should
should
be
be
able to hear.
okay. I joined with my phone.
Oh, okay. There we go. Can you hear
let's
us?
see if- Yeah, it's a little bit choppy, but I think it'll even out, hopefully.
There you go.
I'm
Abby,
sorry.
no, you're fine. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the podcast. It's been good. And I guess how you been? How's the past month been for you, or 2 months, or basically indoor season been for you lately?
Hold on. It's like super choppy. I can't really hear you guys.
Gordon.
I'm so
Gordon, you
sorry.
failed. No, it's not Gordon's fault. Don't blame you.
I'm so sorry.
Blame this on Gordon.
Okay. Should I try to like join with my computer again?
Maybe, yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe try the computer. Or no, you're
worries at all,
good.
Abby. Yeah, I think it's just a connection quality thing.
Okay. Connection
You
quality.
can try on your computer. I'll take you off the screen for now.
All right. You know, this interview
I'm gonna get a water.
has
I'm gonna take a
been
break.
very fun. So we don't know yet if she had a good indoor season yet because I asked.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
Could be yes, could be
Could
no.
be no.
She did break the American
Stay
record.
tuned.
So,
Stay tuned.
Solid opening question.
To find out. I kind of want to redo that opening question. I got to change it up.
Yeah,
it was a little too wordy. It was too wordy. I need to get right to the point. How are you is what I need to just say. I just need to get down to the how are you.
Oh, man.
This is why we didn't do guests, I guess, right? Because we were concerned about this.
Yeah, but we're not going to let that deter us. We're going to keep going. This is not going to deter us from
All right.
stopping
We're back,
getting
Abby.
guests.
Can you hear and see us?
There we go. Abby, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, Gordon's bad luck. I'm going to ask all the questions. I'm going to ask all the questions. Gordon's bad luck. How are you doing, first of all? Good?
Thank you. I'm great. I'm sorry about that. My Wi-Fi is in and out and my hotspot wasn't working. Of course, like the only time I need to enable my hotspot. But I'm doing well. Thank you.
No, we're all good. We're all good. My first question is, becoming a pro last year, and I guess that's a difficult transition for a lot of athletes because you come from the NCAA system where there's a lot of support, and sometimes you're a little bit out on your own as a pro, right? How you're coached is different, your travel is different, all the stuff around you is different. How did you find it? Was there any bit of a letdown or any rough sort of transition points in becoming pro?
I think so far the roughest point was like that original transition when I was trying to figure out who I was signing with and agents and everything. I think that transition was very hard because I was balancing that while also trying to like win USAs and make it to Worlds. And there was just a lot going on there. But I found that once I kind of got all those details smoothed out, knew who I was signing in with and was able to focus on like my races and what I was actually doing. It's been a fairly smooth transition for me, and I think that has to do with me staying at Kentucky with Coach Hall. So it's a very similar system, a very similar program as what I was used to at Kentucky. I also train with Christian Coleman now, so we have fairly similar schedules as far as like indoor and outdoor went. So I usually kind of have a buddy there with me at the meets if my agent isn't there. So I found that I still have, a good amount of support, and now like that's my training partner. We just get to spend more one-on-one time with Coach Hall. So it's been pretty smooth so far just because I'm in a familiar environment.
Are you still taking classes at all? Are you completely done? And if you're done, what are you doing with the free time?
Yeah, I graduated May 2022. My degree was in kinesiology, so I am done. I'm not taking classes right now. And as far as free time, I rescued a dog this summer. So I am a dog mom, and that actually takes up a majority. I didn't think of free time than I actually do. I like between lifting practices, taking care of my body, cooking good meals for myself, it really is a full-time job. So when I'm not doing any of those things, I'm walking my dog, playing with my dog, taking care of my baby.
All right, I'm going to allow Gordon to ask a question now. I don't think he's bad luck anymore, but if things get choppy, we're going to go back to me. Go ahead, Gordon. This is your seventh chance.
Seventh and final chance. You mentioned that you train with Christian Coleman. Is there? And I know obviously different abilities, but is there ever a time when there's a little bit of an overlap? Like, what's it like training with one of the best male 100-meter runners in the world?
May have lost her. Hold on.
Gordon, you blew it again. Gordon.
You jinxed it, Gordon.
Gordon.
That was a good question.
Okay, wait.
Oh, wait, we got her. I said, what's it like training with?
You said
What's
as far as training with Christian, and then I cut out.
yeah? What is that dynamic like training with someone of Christian Coleman's talent?
Yeah, I think it's been a really incredible experience for me because all of Christian's strengths are basically all of my weaknesses. I feel like he's like known for his start. He's known for his first 30. I mean, he's the world record holder at 60 meters. So that has been really valuable to me because I just get to like learn while we're practicing as far as like getting his tips on how he approaches his start or his acceleration pattern, stuff like that. And so that's been really valuable, just kind of getting to learn what he does and his cues and try to apply them to my training, and just get advice because he's been
I lost her.
Yeah.
She paused. Oh, man.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. We're just
This
dealing
interview.
with some bad connections.
Dealing with some bad connections.
Chat says put Gordon outdoors. Gordon is a legit jinx.
Oh no. Do you think she's talking right now to like a screen, not knowing that she's?
She's probably here. She might be hearing us and not hearing it.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to move? We ready to call it?
Well, we'll see if she's back, and then, you know what? What we'll do is, we will find a way to do a non-live version interview with her, and then we'll bring it onto the pod next week. That's what we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna pretend this never happened, and we're gonna do.
It's live. Everybody knows. A lot of questions about whether or not she's going to run the 400.
I know
that's
that's
what
what
That's
where
we're headed to. And then
I wanted to get that information too, and I wanted to ask her what she could run.
Well, yeah, you can tell her we'll catch up with her.
Yeah.
At a later point.
Wait.
She's
One
back.
last time.
Okay.
One last time.
Abby.
We gotta get all the questions in before we lose the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is gonna die. Gordon is bad luck. We've established that.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Everybody in the chat just wants to know if you're gonna run the 400 outdoors. So you could dodge the question though by just saying your internet cuts out if you don't want to answer it.
Oh.
And we lost it. All right, we're done. Gordon, tell her we're done. She tried. It's not fair.
Oh,
we're gonna
man.
write all the questions down. We're gonna ask her.
Maybe she is. Maybe this is a whole ploy.
Just pulling the plug out.
Oh, wait. This is a ploy. She doesn't want to tell us she's running the 400.
Wait, we got her.
4x4 Texas relays. That's what I'm doing.
4x4?
And that's as far as that's all we've planned so far. 4x1,
For now.
4x4.
So she's running Texas relays. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do.
She's gonna be in Austin.
She's gonna be in Austin. We're gonna
be in Austin.
Maybe we should do a real in-person
There's
interview.
no Wi-Fi issues.
I feel like
Yeah, one of us will just move, probably Gordon, and then we'll just figure out. We'll do the interview.
We're gonna figure out to get this
ask
interview.
her when she's coming to Texas Relays.
Yeah, we'll figure.
Cole, you can take this off. We're good.
Abby, we appreciate. We're sorry we can't do a complete interview because the Wi-Fi is just.
Someone said call her on speaker. Just hold on.
Because the Wi-Fi is not here, but we'll just.
Well, bring her to the studio.
We'll talk to you in person when you're here in a week.
Yes, maybe it's for a good reason.
This is a good call. Yeah, this is going to force an in-person interview, and
Unless
it's going to be
she's
a
like,
lot better.
I'm not messing around with you jokers.
Yeah.
I tried to be online, and you couldn't do it.
Abby, we appreciate you taking the time. We got what we could, but good luck in a week. We'll see you in Austin, and we'll go from there, and we'll ask you the actual questions we wanted to ask you then.
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you, Abby. Appreciate it.
Cole, we're good still?
Oh, man, that was a great interview.
I mean, as good as we can be.
Cole, in terms of all-time Gordon failures, like where does this rank? I've lost track of some of the other ones. This has to be up there, right?
I mean, I don't want to throw it too much on Gordon.
Yeah, I mean, it has nothing to do with
Bad
me.
Internet connection.
Speed test.
Like,
You sent her
just-
the speed test link, right? You didn't do that?
I don't know.
Maybe the phone? Would that work?
Well,
Not now.
she's in like an attic.
Oh, that's it. That's true.
It's in the bad Wi-Fi signal. The
Oh,
Wi-Fi
okay.
router is probably on the other opposite side of the house.
Up in the corner? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right.
I'm gonna send her.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey. I need to figure out what I'm gonna say.
Sorry about that.
Hey,
That's how I'm
sorry.
starting with.
Sorry about.
Let's see. Any other questions from the chat? This is really going to hurt our ability to get other guests, by the way. This might have ended our streak at
2.
1.5.
1.5.
1.25.
We're rebanned from doing guest interviews again.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna keep pushing it. Yeah, the Chloe Abbott one, no issues, no Wi-Fi issues at all. We're all good. So,
All right, we'll try to get Abby in person when she comes here for Texas Relays.
yeah, someone says she interviewed fine in that room before Gordon. I really think it was you. People are asking like follow-up questions. She's not here anymore.
Yeah, she's
guys.
gone.
It's all
We
gone.
lost our opportunity. We had one shot.
It was it. But hold on, the 4x4 is Saturday.
Yeah.
She's got to be here on Friday. So hopefully she'll come on Friday,
Thursday or Friday.
a week from today.
Yeah.
Cole, are you around Friday? Let's make this happen.
We'll make it happen.
This next Friday? I think so.
Yeah. Why not, right?
Yeah.
It should work.
Yeah.
I don't see any way this goes wrong.
I just feel so bad that we had one of the fastest women in the world and we couldn't even ask like a question. I mean, you got a question in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Guess it's because we don't have 20,000 subscribers. If we had 20,000 YouTube subscribers, this interview would have been perfect.
Are we losing viewers, or are they just staying on just to watch us suffer?
The viewers, it's gone. No, it's still up. People are still thinking she's coming back, and she ain't coming back. We lost our shot. We're gonna get it. We're gonna make amends. It's gonna be even a better interview. It's gonna be.
If it's in person, it'll be way better.
Yeah,
I got questions, guys. Yeah. It was gonna be. You kind of get thrown off your game a little bit there, but.
All right, I got a message her and say, hey, sorry.
All right, we'll end it there. Colt, thanks for producing. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Make it up for you guys next week. Have a good weekend, everyone. See you then.